Hello everyone, welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel. This is me, Annie, and I will be your humble artist today. Grab your tea, coffee and snacks and let's dive into this video. So for today's drawing, I'm going to make line art of the portrait. I'm using my mixed medium sketchbook, the small format one, for a smaller drawing. Then I'm going to do a sketch with an HB pencil that's actually been pre-made already. So I'm going to line it up with my fine liners, brush pens, and a little bit of acrylic paint pens for small details on the background. So I started a series of drawings where I was illustrating my players' characters from Lyria World testing party. Today I'm going to continue with the portraits. There are very few of them left. Then maybe I will post also some of the NPCs that are most popular within my party. Today's star of the day is Akindra. So Akindra comes from Lemur Island. So he is Sensivian monk, which comes from abroad. Like most of the party members are actually residents of the capital of the world, but Akindra came from the overseas. That makes him the only character that is actually a guest in this town and this neutral lands, let's say. So as much as I know, Akindra comes from a full Sensivian family, so he is true Sensivian without any mixture of the bloods in his family or inheritance. And his main goal is to develop his recipe book. So apparently he went for the travels to find recipes of the treats or the foods or the drinks to bring back home with him. And that's a very nice adventure to go on, to be honest. Like since he joined the party, every time I am introducing some new location or some new place or maybe a new character, now I have to think about their favorite dish or like something regarding food or cuisine, and this gives me such a big and nice tool for the world building that I have never imagined, to be honest. So Akindra is one of the biggest plot development points because of his goal simply, and as a GM I really appreciate that type of character because it gives me this little punch in the head to start thinking about smaller details, because you know, when you're making a world from scratch you don't usually think about minor details up until a point you need them. So this is a nice reminder to, you know, build your world in smaller details as well. Also, what makes Akindra such a nice character for me to have my practices on is that he's a chubbier style of character. So he has this big belly and he's like chubby in general, but we wanted to make a character that is non-traditional, let's say, like, because most of the lemurs, they are very thin because they are mostly eating, you know, like monks. They are vegetarians and they rarely eat any meat, or if any at all. But Akindra, he comes from a smaller village that is actually specializing on the culinary or cuisine mastery. So in order to develop his small village and everything like there, he wanted to bring new knowledge. So that's why he went on his travels to earn some new recipes, learn about new spices and maybe ways to cook and prepare food and drinks, so he can bring all this knowledge to his family, to his village, and they could enjoy more of the living world. Although it is more about Aeternian's philosophy to enjoy living world things, I think Akindra's villagers and Akindra's family in particular has a lot more in common with Aeternians, whose, like, his god Sensivum and Turtle's god Aeterna, they are the contrary gods. So they are the conflicting ones and they are usually racist towards each other, you know. But Akindra is different, even though he may not realize fully of how special he actually is and his world of view. Yeah, if I haven't mentioned before, I have gods existing in the Lyria world, and not all of them are, in harmony with each other, because if there is no conflict, there is no story to tell. So yeah, and Akindra's story has a very nice moral, because even though he comes from an origin where gods are conflicting with each other, he as a living being can make peace with himself on the Lyria world Earth and be friends with somebody that his god thinks of as an enemy, or like somebody he wouldn't like. That's a very nice message that Akindra as a character can bring to the rulebook, the world, and the party. So here is the finished drawing. It's pretty simple, but I still like how it came out. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Akindra, and thank you so much for watching. If you like my work, please leave that subscribe and like. That will help me a lot. Thank you very much for your support, and I'm hoping to see you in the next one. Bye bye!